Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porkys Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. Right. Every now and then I do a video on my current pound for pound list. I always like to give a top five, top six. And I think the top six more or less speaks for itself at the moment. What I don't like to have in my list is guys that have had a defeat. Uh, But if they've avenged it or they've got a win over that person, I tend to give them a pass on it. But I prefer it people that are undefeated. But here's my list. Number one, we've got Usyk. He's the main man, isn't he? Heavyweight. He's undisputed. I know they've took a belt off him. Usyk's undisputed. 23 and 0, 14 of them on button moan. He cleaned up at heavyweight, cleaned up at cruiserweight. His amateur record 335 wins, 15 losses, 11 of them avenged. Uh, and he won the WBSS tournament. Then he beat Joe Joyce in final over 5 rounds with no headgear. European, World, Olympic gold, heavyweight gold at Olympics. The same year Joshua won super heavyweight gold. Done Joshua twice, very, 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 very easily. Done Tyson Fury twice. Done Bellew. Done Chisora. He already done Joyce in WBSS. He done all them guys in cruiserweight tournament. I think he's got 8 wins over world champions. He's undefeated. He is technically the man. The reason is, I know he's not won. He's only a two-weight champion, and there's others in here that have won it in 3 weights. But he's fighting guys half a foot bigger than him, half a foot longer reach, and 3 and 4 stone heavier. I know you and Terence Crawford are not doing that, are they? So Alexander Usyk, for me, is the pound for pound superstar in today's era. My pound for pound number two is Naoya Inoue. He's a super bantamweight at the moment, uh, undisputed. 29 and 0, 26 on button moon. A freakish puncher. Scott Quigg told me that, and Joe Gallagher, they said he just glides across the ring. They watched him on pads in a warm up and fight week, and they just said he were unbelievable. Really, 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 really unbelievable fighter. And I hope he steps up to featherweight, me. So he's my number two. Uh, oh yeah, I know you. So my number three, it'd have to be Terence Crawford, wouldn't it? He's currently the light middleweight champion of the world, but he started off as a lightweight, didn't he? So he's lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, like me. He's a 4-weight world champion, 41 and 0, 31 of those on button moon. Multi-skilled, but in my opinion, his hardest fight was Ricky Burns. I thought he struggled in that fight in some stages, and Ricky Burns were on fire at the time. So we have to tip our hat off to Ricky Burns and little Billy, little Scotch little Billy. Oh, but Terence Crawford, what a fighter he is. He's a generational great, isn't he? And then it's a pick 'em fight, isn't it? I know you got Bivol here at number 4, 24 and 1, 12 on button moon. Better be 21 and 1, 20 on button moon. Both light heavyweights. Better be ain't got a belt now. Bivol's got them all, but they've both got a win over each other. There's nothing in it between those two. So you could have that as a tie, couldn't you, really? For number 4, you know. So you could have it as a tie because there's nothing in it. But because Bivol's got the belts, you have to give him fourth spot. You give Better be fifth spot because he's just coming off that loss and he's 40 now, isn't he? And he ain't got a belt, so but he's still in rankings. That's how I look at it. Number six, 21 and 0, 14 on Button Moon. He's WBC champion and the Ring Magazine champion. Super flyweight, Jesse Rodriguez. We all saw what he did to Sonny Edwards. He absolutely obliterated him and tore him a new arsehole. So, fantastic fighter, fantastic puncher. Uh, I wish him all the best. He comes across as a nice kid. In seventh spot, uh, you'd have to have Kenshiro Terelji, 25 and 1, 16 KOs, a flyweight, the WBA and WBC champion. He is an amazing fighter, absolutely amazing. I know he's got a defeat in that, but he is the real deal, the real deal. Uh, you'd have him at number seven, wouldn't you? Number eight, you'd have to be Devin Haney, he's still undefeated. I know he got that as a no contest, fighting a drug cheat, Ryan Garcia. So, but technically, I think he's been found out, but he's still undefeated. So you'd have to have Devin Haney in there, wouldn't you? So at number eight. Then at number nine, you'd have Junto Nakatani, 30 23 of them on Button Moon, WBC champ. Bantamweight. I think he's a fantastic fighter. So you'd have to have him in, wouldn't you? And then the last one, and we're going to put Tank in there, but we're struggling here to get a 10th one. I'm going to go Canelo Alvarez, and it bothers me doing this because he's been beat by Bivol and Mayweather, but they're going to be, all-time greats, Hall of Famers, aren't they? And but he's got that asterisk next to his name, for that for the drug ban. I know they're saying it got it all squashed and all that down the line and that, and there's always a bit of a mystery with that. It tends to take a bit of shine off, but his accomplishments. He's 62, 2-2, two draws, two defeats. The two draws should have been losses, but he had all them fights, and he'd been fighting men since he was 15, which you can in Mexico. But we're struggling here to get a 10th, so he's squeaked in, which goes against the grain for me, really, because he's a drug cheat, but they're saying he beat the rat, didn't they? Well, he's going to do, innit? When you've got the WBC in your pocket. What I didn't like about Canelo was he was dragging guys down from middleweight to 155, which is a pound over light middle. When he were coming through the rankings and basically draining them. And I also had him losing against Golovkin as well, but yeah, he squeaks him because it's threadbare now, isn't it? Absolutely threadbare. But that's my top pound for pound, guys. Top 10 there. So, what's your top 10 at the moment? All right, and how would some of the guys from the past fare against today? Ray Leonard, Aaron Pryor, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Carlos Monza, Marvin Hagler. Matthew Said Mohammed, Michael Spink, people like that, Larry Holmes, how would they cope in today's era? All right. And Salvador Sanchez, people like that, Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather, what would they do to this lot today? Answers on a postcard, PORKYCORNER@mail.com. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Booyaka.